Are you hoping that this one strategy or this one specific thing or this one visualization or this one scripting that you have done will get you your desire? Or are you thinking that just doing a certain thing a certain number of times is going to get you your desire, the thing that you want? I will answer all these questions in this video. My name is Rohit and I've been studying about law of attraction manifestation for years now. And my goal with this channel is to help people create that dream job, that dream life, that dream relationship, that perfect health, whatever they desire with the power of their imagination. So have you ever thought about, this is what I got from a success magazine, and I also got this from one of my mentors, and he used to always say about process over events. What is your process for doing something? Let's say you drive a car. There is a process to it. You go there first, you unlock the door, you put the ignition key, you turn it on, then the engine comes on, then you look around if the road is clear, then you press the accelerator and then you go. So there is a certain process to how we drive a car. There is always a certain process to how we manifest. For example, a lot of people, they just visualize randomly throughout the day. Maybe they will think, oh, wouldn't it be nice or wonderful? And in some rare cases, that may get impressed on your subconscious mind, right? This is what happens when the outlier cases, people who don't really have a process but follow something and something sticks, they think that what they did will work for everyone, but it does not. For a lot of people, they just think about it once or twice in their subconscious mind, and it gets impressed on their subconscious mind, and it comes into the 3D world, and they think that's all you need to do. You just need to visualize it like once or twice, and that is it. That is done. But that is not the most optimal process. The most optimal process to impress your subconscious mind, I have already made a video about this, how Neville Goddard's technique Simplified. I will post it in the description below as well. You should check it out if you really want to understand the process. But I will explain it very quickly. The first thing you have to do is you need to know your desire. What is it that you want, and can you make it more specific and tangible, right? For example, money comes to me easily, and then money does come to them easily, but it doesn't stick, right? So that is, if you say money comes to me easily on a consistent basis, and if that is what you visualize and imprint, now money is coming to you easily and on a consistent basis. For a lot of people, they just impress money comes to them easily, and a lot of money comes to them, and that it leaves very quickly. So what it is that you're impressing, so you need to have some clarity. Do not need to know every detail about that desire, but if you have clarity, it will really help. For example, people just say, I want a boyfriend, or I just wish for a girlfriend, and then they get a boyfriend or a girlfriend, and then they realize this person is not a fit. And what if you visualize, or what if you scripted that I want a boyfriend who has XYZ characteristics, or I want a girlfriend who is kind, supportive, whatever XYZ characteristics, and then that will be easier, and then you will have a manifestation come to life which is more accurate. So very first thing is to know your desire, what it is that you want. Once you are very clear on it, you don't have to be super clear, but if you have relative clarity on it, now the next step is this. Very simply, the next step is this. You have to get into a relaxed state. I mean, there's always an optimal way of doing things, and there's a suboptimal way of doing things, right? For example, a lot of people will tell you should not work out right after a meal. That is not optimal. It might give you stomach cramps. Your body is using a lot of energy to break down your food, so you might not have enough energy for doing the workout. So you should just not work out right after a meal. You can work out before a meal or an hour later after a meal. So it is an optimal time, and there is a suboptimal time, and there is the worst time. So in my personal experience, the optimal time to impress your subconscious mind is right before you get up, right just after you get up in the morning, when your mind is somewhat in a relaxed state. It is more impressionable, and just before you go to bed. Those are the two times which are the most useful and the most important points times when it comes to impressing your subconscious mind. That is something essential that you must be careful of. Now, number 3, final thing is, once you get into this relaxed state, you visualize from a first person point of view, or you're scripting, or you're having inner conversation, you always have them from a first person's point of view. And then once you have done it few times, let's say for 5 minutes, or you visualize it for a couple of minutes, or you scripted it for like 3-4 minutes, and you loop it a couple of times, and then you drop it. Then the next day you do it again, the next day you do it again, until you have a feeling of saturation. And the feeling of saturation may come, sometimes it comes within 3 days. The fastest that has happened to me is like 3 days. Sometimes it might take you a week, sometimes it might take you 2 weeks, but never has it taken me more than a month. If I've been consistent, I've been visualizing every single night before I go to bed, I reach the feeling of saturation like very fast. I reach the feeling of, okay, it is done. I know this is what was required, and it is done. So I reach that feeling of saturation very, very fast. So generally, we don't have to do the same scripting, same visualization, similar kind of inner conversations over 3 to 4 weeks, never over a month. So if you do it consistently every single day, your subconscious mind would be most likely impressed within a couple of weeks. And then you have to drop it and move on to another desire. It's a very simple process, but you see, there is a process. So another question that comes up now is, okay, I've dropped this desire. Now what should I do? Should I just wait? I always say, move on to another desire. Okay, let's say you work in a corporate world and you say, I want to be working in a research kind of project. That's one desire. You can visualize it, impress on your subconscious mind, you will get that kind of desire. Now then you have to visualize that I get a raise. That's another kind of desire. Then you can visualize my company offers me free shuttle or free transport services. That's another desire. So you can spend 3 weeks doing one, 3 weeks doing another one, 3 weeks doing another one, so you move on to the new desires. And that is the process. So this is my question to you. What is your process for manifesting? First, what is your process? Write it down. At least it should be like 3-4 steps. Step 1 this, step 1 2, step 3, step 4. Okay, it should have at least 3 steps. And if that is your process, are you doing it consistently? Consistently. That is very important. Are you doing it consistently? And eventually, do you let it go and move on to a new desire? Very important. So these 3 things, you have to be mindful of your process. Is there a process? What are those steps? Are you doing it consistently? And when do you know the process is done? And then so you can move on to the next desire or something else in your life, or maybe you just want to relax on the beach, by the beach, and that is all you desire. So think about it, really focus on it, really hone in on it, and that will really help you become a great manifester. So think about the process. The process always comes first. A lot of people think about it's just about an event. It is not about an event. It is about a process you follow, and once the process is done, you know the event will happen. That is the magic of manifesting. So think about the process, think about what you can achieve and do, and I wish you great success with your manifesting journey. And if you have some interesting comments related to this, please post them in the comment section below. I would love to know your thoughts, and until then, take care.